Principal of Model Law College, Dr. Sunita Adhav Madam, Vice Principal Vidyasagar Madam, Dr. Chintamani, faculty members, students, researchers, very good afternoon to all of you. There is a responsibility to keep you awake for next 45 minutes after a very good lunch you had. We have this workshop on implementation of national education policy for 2 days as per the QIP program of Savitribai, Phule, Pune University. The reason is, when we are in Pune, we never understand what is the reality of higher education in India. But what figures are quoted in last 3 years, different reports has maybe 1 or 2% here and there, but the reality, or in simple words, the canvas of higher education, we need to understand and why we are deliberating, why everyone, student, every citizen of this country, every institute of this country need to understand why this education policy need to be implemented and what is role of everyone, every stakeholders. It's not that some GR has come or somebody is sitting in Delhi or in the capital Mumbai will and wish to do something. There are some terms which we are discussing for last so many months. One is demographic dividend. We are all thinking that student in the age group of 18 to 30, almost 40% of this young population will belong to India. We are also hearing that next 25 years is Amrit Kal, where we wish that the leaders in all walks of life all over the world should have Indian origin. Like Harvard professors, 40% Harvard professors belongs to India. And the present Harvard director is from Aun. His mother was corporator in Aun, so it's next door. Sundar Pichai, and so many names are there who are leaders in the world. We have a dream. It's not we want Vishwaguru is a coin term, but Vishwaguru we do not want to rule any other country, frankly speaking. But the leadership position, as we are having leadership position of G20 now, of almost 40 plus countries, 19 countries plus European Union is here with us, and we want to demonstrate that India is not only a country of magicians, only temples, rituals, but we have our brains, we have our intellectual with us. And I think there is an opportunity for all of us to demonstrate in a practical way. So everyone, every citizen of this country has will and wish that these two important terms is Atmanirbhar Bharat, self-independence is more important. Why is self-independence not a term? If you go to the Bureau of Immigration, and January 2022 to November 2022, 1.8 million Indian students went abroad for higher education. It's a precise figure. I didn't get figure after that, but 1.8 million. Before that, in 2021, in a complete year, 77 lakh students went. Just imagine that during pandemic, up and on and off, 77 lakh students went abroad for their higher education. In this year, after pandemic just getting over, 1.8 million students went away for higher education. 2024, the expectation that $80 million will go outside India for the higher education. Forget about the amount, but how much brain drain, because students who are going abroad, mostly they are not coming back. Mostly they are getting settled as a citizen or working there in any of the organization. Can we have some reduction in this our human capital, nurtured by our education institute, going abroad and working for someone else, can they work for India? Can we create an atmosphere where they can work for India? What is the other side? In India, roughly we have 1073 universities, 1073 यूनिवर्सिटीज है, 31 दिसंबर का नंबर है. उसमें से 455 are private university, approximately close to 460 plus are the state universities, 161 institutes of national importance, like we have ISER or IIMs or IITs or triple ITs or similar kind of institute created by the Act that 161. This whole comes to 119 universities, 61 central universities. So 1073 is the total of all which is called as a university plus 161 special institutes like IITs, IIMs, triple ITs. This is roughly. If you go to the college side, there are almost 45 to 46,000 colleges roughly. Out of that, 890 colleges have become autonomous so far in January, till January. Of that, 70% colleges are owned by the private trust and 30%, 182 precisely, are the government-run institution or colleges. Number is huge. If you Pune, we see that every corner there is an institution, good institution with good reputation, good history. We are very fortunate. It's not Oxford of East, it's something more than that. There is no city in the world so far who hosts, do you know how many universities are there in one city? Pune city as on today hosts 26 universities. And 4 more universities will be added by the June 2023. So there is no other city in the world which has 30 universities in one city. Besides, there are institution colleges like we have Deccan Education Society, we have Modern Education Society. There are so many institutes or groups are there who are running their own institutes, number of institutes. The picture is very bright, but if you go by the numbers or figures or the reports, which is there in the new education policy, and that's why we are all here to discuss. Because otherwise we never understand. When we are in Pune, we never understand education is a challenge or education is an issue for anyone in this country. I'll try to explain in a simpler word. There is a term which is called as the gross enrollment ratio. And the gross enrollment ratio is roughly the students who are in the age group of 18 to 26, those who could get access to university for education or higher education. This GER as on 2021 was 27%. That means that student in the age group of 18 to 26, out of every 100 students, only 23 students or 27 students have access to higher education. The figure was 10.6 by 2010. By 2015 it was 16.9, and by 2021-22 it is 27%. That means that 73% of the youngsters in the age group of 18 to 24, 26, everybody use different parameters, but roughly do not have access to higher education. You'll never believe because we are in Pune, Mumbai, Chennai, Bangalore, Delhi. Our GER is maybe close to 60 or 70%. We never feel that there is no access available to the student. But if you see that average is 27%, that means that if we have 60%, Delhi may have 70%, Chennai will have some around 65%, 68%, then means that there are some cities in this own country which may have GER less than 10%. Because the average is 27%. And that is the official figure. So getting access to higher education is a challenge for our country, and that's why we want education beyond infrastructure. Now our education is very hard and fast about infrastructure. इतना लैंड होना है, इतनी बिल्डिंग होनी, इतना स्क्वायर फुट, इतने इंचेस, इतने रूम्स, so many other parameters are there. It is all behind. If you want to create multi-fold infrastructure, it cannot be created overnight because You know that government has added only 8,000 crore rupees, including primary to higher education in this year's budget. It's not enough. Ideally, it should be 6%, but it is close to 3%, and actual spending we don't know. So frankly speaking, we have to see that how we can create better access to the student. I think that Corona has given us the idea that we have that gradation system, that the education which is in college is of topmost grade. The education given in a digital mode with lower grade. Distance education again lower to that. We don't recognize people who have done distance education. Now we want that, can we make a hybrid combination for our students? And that's why the UGC, AICTE, the institute has decided that the institute having good accreditation number, and recently I think UGC has given the list, there's close to 900 colleges which are autonomous colleges. They are allowed to give education or impart their degree in any mode. So if I have 900 applications are there for my college, 900 students have applied for my college, I have physical capacity of 100 which is decided by the government. Now this concept is going to go away with the national education policy. College authorities, principal or a team of teachers, your CDC can decide that how much they can accommodate in physical mode, how much they can accommodate in digital mode, and how much they can accommodate in a ODL mode. The ideal thought process of the government is you should accommodate all who are coming to your institute for admission. You take them to any mode. You can make hybrid mode as far as you complete the number of credit in a required thing. Sometimes if you require practicals to happen, you can do it. But the concept you can convert in LMS, or you can use some YouTube like devices, or you can create your own infrastructure, digital infrastructure to impart this knowledge. That is the first and foremost important for everyone. Those students who are completing their law, I think they should keep somewhere in the back of mind that this is a deficit which we have, which we never realize when we are in a city like Pune, Mumbai, or metro cities or good cities where education is not an issue or a challenge. But still there are so many students without giving them education, first access to education, and second we're talking about the quality of education, how they are going to be a good citizen of this country with good moral values, responsible citizen. And that's why I think there are so many things we all have to do. It's not responsibility of somebody sitting in the higher education department, somebody sitting in the ministry of HRD, or somebody sitting at the policy level or in university. It's all as a citizen we need to cater to do. Can we keep them away? Can we keep the 73% of the population away without giving them access to higher education? No. When we are expecting that we want to be Vishwaguru, I think first Atmanirbhar is give them access, give them proper education, give them education they want. That is the first thing, and then the affordability will come. In physical education, you may charge 1 lakh rupees fee per annum. When you go to digital mode, you can reduce it by 50%. Still, you want some student who want access but they don't have ability. I think you can take them in an ODL mode and offer the same program, same teacher, same quality, maybe in 10,000-15,000 rupees. So accommodate everyone, give them choice, better choices to learn and better choices to be a good citizen of this country. And this all we have to do. No policy maker, because they have already given a policy. Now it's our responsibility. That's why we are talking about the implementation. We are not talking anything about the policy. Policy is the guideline. Policy is the framework. Policy is the intention. But how to deliver it in a practical mode, in a reality, I think it's all have to do. Today we have legal education. It's too limited. Every citizen of the country must know some part of this legal education. So can we do that modular education where we can give the access certificate program? Or if I am doing engineering, I am going to be an engineer, I am going to be an IS officer, I am going to be a manager doing MBA program, but I do not have a legal knowledge. What happens? There are so many mistakes happen because I don't have a legal understanding. But can required law for the business management can be collaborated with the law college. So it's not necessarily a student should complete LLB and become a lawyer, but he can learn whatever he requires. Engineer must learn the laws related to, if it is civil engineer, what are the important civil laws which is important he can learn as a 2 credit, 4 credit or a certificate program while he was learning. So there is a conversion or there is a separation, and 60% can be core credit, 40% can be credit which can be given opportunity for the student to choose from any faculty. Even in legal also, if you want to learn 2 credit from psychology, you can learn. You want 4 credit from mathematics, you can learn. It's a choice of student to make their own career combination rather than, we all know that when we were doing our schooling, our education, graduation, postgrad, there are many subjects which we never liked. But there was no option at all. Today there is an option. Except your core credit, today there is an option that you can get it from any other faculty, any other subject of your choice. Sometimes you don't like teachers. We can get it from outside also. You can go to the London Business School and take 2 credit of something which you want or recent. I'll give you a small example which will give you more clarity about what I'm talking about. One of my friends who wants to start a music studio in Mumbai. First he has to complete the sound engineering program. There is no sound engineering program in India. Even today it is not there. So what he has to do sound engineering. So he do not want to make his hand black. So he has taken admission for the engineering in computer science. So 4 years he spent in doing engineering in computer science. After that he went abroad because his father was ready to afford. Then the 2 years program, master's program in sound engineering where it was available. 6 years he spent computer engineering plus 2 years in sound engineering. When he come back to Mumbai until he buys the kind of infrastructure, the studio and equipment, 3 years, 2.5, 3 years, he has done BA in music. So the same education which he knows today, what he wants in life, he has to spend 4 plus 2, 6 plus 3, 9 years. If the new education policy would have implemented, I think he can take credit 60% from the computer engineering. Out of remaining 40%, he would have taken 20% credit from the sound engineering, maybe from online mode or a digital mode or ODL mode, and 20% from the BA music of any university in India. So within the 4 years, rather than spending 5 more years for the same knowledge he has acquired, he would have completed his sound engineering, he would have started his career early. And that's why UGC wants that. Why to stop? Anybody wants to take 2 degrees at a time without conflict, let him allow. Why we should? हमने क्या क्या बहुत कानून बनाए हैं, फ्रीडम निकाल दिया. We have too much tight. They want light but tight. That is the idea in the new education policy. So student choice is more, but I think student has to be more aware that what are the choices are with him, and he has to choose what kind of career he wants at the end of the day. Legal drafting. I know few of the lawyers in Delhi who are very best in legal drafting, and they charge huge amount, much more than one drafting for more than my month's salary he charges. One drafting. There is a person who only check the draft and just adds what is law cases into that. He also charges sufficient amount. There are experts are there. So with the law, you can have technical drafting team, you can learn 2 credit from technical drafting, you can have some many other credit from other psychology, humanities, or many other fields. So if you are clear with your career, law plus what? So we want to create jack of all arts and master in one, holistic approach. A doctor who is a doctor is only a doctor, engineer is only engineer, he doesn't know about human psychology, he doesn't know about human values, he doesn't know how to treat human beings, and that's why we are all talking about, or worldwide we are talking about sustainable development. Because whatever we create we are creating a silos. There is no transfer in between. If you want to create a doctor, it's only doctor. He knows only about medicine, doesn't know about the human values, he doesn't know about the poetry, he doesn't know about anything in music. Can doctor learn music? Otherwise what happens, you see, most of the anchors in television will come from the medicine background. So I think that freedom at the end of the day has to be given to the student. Today the choice of education is the amount you pay. You buy the choice of education rather than you choose from your inside that what you want to be in your life. The people, the parents who are more richer wants every child of them to be a doctor. Then secondly, we have engineer, then we have science graduate, then we have commerce graduate, and then we have at the end those who left out are art graduate. We need everyone in. So we need holistic personalities. We do not want a separation between faculties, and I think that is ideology between all of us. So first, we have to create access Second, we have to make it affordable. Third, very important and challenging thing for all of us, because we think that there is nothing wrong, whatever education system, why we want to change. It's not a fantasy. It's not only that some government, some people want to show that something they have done. That you have changed and I have changed, I have got one new policy, the new government, if changes, they will come with other policies. It's not like the outcome of higher education. We all are talking about outcome-based education. What is the outcome of our higher education? Whatever 27% who joins university full education in any institute in this country, roughly 70% of the students goes for the traditional education, that is BA, BCom, BSc. 20% student goes for the professional education, that is legal education, medical education, management education, pharmacy education, architecture education. That is roughly ratio is 80-20 is the ratio. What happens that out of this 80% of 27% who joins traditional education, there is a 30% dropout. Student leave in between, girl child live in between because they get married in a rural area or a tribal area most of the time. So they complete their first year or second year, they leave the between. Boys leaves because the family responsibility is there. There is some issue, some earning issue, so they have to. If they get the work, they leave the education in between. And that's the reason where you have multiple entries. It's not that you can leave this faculty, go there, it's not that, it's a flexibility. And then you are given academic credit back. So whatever you have done is not going to be best. Today, I have completed first year of engineering and I do not want to continue. Still I have to talk to the first year of any other branch. But having this credit, I can earn some more credit which is required for the equivalence within faculty. I can start second year, so I will not waste a number of years. Engineering student में आपको मालूम है सबसे बड़ी issue है year round. YD1, YD2 and then they leave in between, and at the end of the day their qualification remain 12 pass. Because they do not want to do engineering and they cannot do anything other because the time has passed. Because of the pressure with family, pressure with. Now today it is possible that from first year you can change faculty. This will not happen in 100% cases, but be 81% cases. So those students who are not able to complete their education, they can take the exit at appropriate level with completing the skill courses, not easy exit. You can't just exit. There are 10 credit courses has to be earned before you take exit, and join back within a span of 7 years. Till you have time, your creditor, your property, you can join back and complete the program in the 7 years. I think for students, girl students, for the student who have some financial problem, I think for them, otherwise there is no access. Once he quits SYBBA, some first year engineering, now they can come back and complete. They can come back in any other mode. If they can't pay, if they are transferred, if they are working, they can go in ODL mode. They can go in any other universities, and it's not tedious. Today, if you want to change the college, the equivalence committee takes 3 months to clear your case. It's not easy also. So, credit transfer has become more easy. It's like bank transfer. Do you go to the bank to ask that can I transfer money to XYZ account? आपको पूछना पड़ता है बैंक में जाके मुझे मनी 1000 रुपए ट्रांसफर करना है, परमिशन लेनी पड़ती है. लेकिन एकेडमिक में आपको परमिशन लेनी पड़ती है. For your credit, it's not that easy that whatever you have earned, you can change the credit, or what you need to do with the credit if you are not happy. अगर मैंने 2 साल का एक कोर्स कोई पूरा किया है, मुझे तीसरा साल नहीं करना है in the same course or same faculty. What other options I have? Do you have an idea? Nobody has an idea. किसको पूछेंगे आप? But with the system driven, you can get that idea. Whatever accumulated credit you have, you can see that with that credit, with getting some additional courses, can you join some other program for the 3rd year or for the 4th year? This flexibility is made available. So giving, not throwing student out of this number 70-27% में से जो 80% है उसमें से जो 30% drop out है, can we bring that number down? That is the first challenge. I was talking about outcome based education. ये जो students है जो traditional courses से pass out होते हैं, BA, BCom, BSc, out of every 100 students, those who pass out, leaving the dropout, 95% student does not possess the required skill to be employable. ये फिक्की कहती, मैं नहीं कह रहा हूँ, CII कहता है, मैं नहीं कह रहा हूँ। ट्रेडिशनल कोर्सेज में जो आउटकम है, देखिए हम 27% तो एक्सेस दे पाते हैं, उसके बाद जो भी उनसे बाहर निकलता है उसमें से अगर 90% स्टूडेंट के पास एम्प्लॉयबिलिटी स्किल्स नहीं है, तो ये सब इतना हमने एक जगलरी बनाया और इतने सारे इंस्टीट्यूट का मैंने बनाया, उसका आउटकम क्या है? प्रोफेशनल कॉलेज में यही परसेंटेज 80% है। द स्टूडेंट हु आर पासिंग आउट ऑफ प्रोफेशनल इंस्टीट्यूशन, वहां पे ड्रॉप आउट रेट कम है, 10 to 15% है। 80% स्टूडेंट डज नॉट possess द रिक्वायर्ड स्किल टू बी एम्प्लॉयबल। सिंपल एग्जांपल है, यहाँ पे अगर लाइट का फेलियर हो गया या यहाँ पे गीजर गर्म हो गया, आपके घर पे खराब हो गया गीजर, या कोई फ्यूज चला गया, तो आप किसको बुलाते हैं? इलेक्ट्रिशियन को बुलाते हैं। इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजीनियर को तो नहीं बुलाते, नहीं बुलाते ना। जो आदमी आपके दरवाजे पे आता है उनको हम क्या पूछते हैं? सर्टिफिकेट दिखाओ। तो व्हाट वी सी इज द स्किल्स एंड नॉट द डिग्री, क्योंकि हमारे डिग्री क्या स्किल नहीं आता। आपके रास्ते में गाड़ी खराब हो गई, टू व्हीलर खराब हो गई आपकी, आप किसको बुलाते हैं? मिस्त्री को बुलाओ, ठीक करो, वो 2 मिनट में ठीक कर देते हैं। यू डोंट वेट कि इसको इंजीनियर को दिखाना पड़ेगा, उसके बगैर कोई सॉल्व नहीं कर सकता। दैट मीन्स दैट हमारा जो गैप है, दिस गैप बिटवीन योर नॉलेज एंड योर स्किल्स, बहुत बड़ा गैप है। इस नॉलेज का क्या करना है? ऑल कॉमर्स स्टूडेंट, आई बिलोंग टू कॉमर्स एंड मैनेजमेंट फैकल्टी। कॉमर्स के स्टूडेंट को व्हेनेवर आई एड्रेस आई आस्क देम कि ये सब कॉमर्स आप कर रहे हैं, घर वालों को पता है ना बीकॉम कर रहे हैं, यू आर ऑल लर्निंग इनकम टैक्स, यू आर ऑल लर्निंग वेरियस टैक्सेस। आप में से कितने स्टूडेंट्स को आपके हर घर में पेरेंट्स टैक्स सेविंग स्कीम में कम से कम इंडिविजुअल 1.5 लाख रुपए मिनिमम डालते हैं? तो घर में मम्मी डैडी दोनों आजकल नौकरी कर रहे हैं, 3 लाख रुपए इन्वेस्टमेंट है, प्लस घर में और भी कोई हो, नेबर से, आपको सबको मालूम है, यूर कॉमर्स स्टूडेंट। तो इसमें से कोई आपका एडवाइस देता है कि ये 1.5 लाख रुपए में कहाँ पे डालूं, कौन सी स्कीम में डालूं? कभी तो आपको पूछा है क्या उन्होंने? They give 5,000 rupees to some consultant, tax consultant, get their advice. Even getting that advice they don't show you. क्योंकि पता है ये बच्चा कभी क्लास में जाता ही नहीं है, इसको पूछ के क्या करोगे? That is the perception we carry. So I think we have to link this skill, and that's why the जो बोलते हैं ना उसको internship embedded होना चाहिए। Whatever legal education actual reality में कैसे काम में आता है, कोर्ट में एक्चुअल कैसे फंक्शन होते हैं, I think we are in the mood court. उसका फंक्शन क्या होता है, उसके प्रोटोकॉल्स क्या है, दिस ऑल वी नीड टू लर्न व्हेन वी गो एंड वर्क विद गुड लॉयर, व्हेन वी गो एंड वर्क विद गुड लीगल सिस्टम। आई थिंक वी नो व्हाट टू डू विद द थ्योरेटिकल नॉलेज वी अर्न। वो जो हमने ज्ञान लिया है, बुक्स में लिया है, क्लासरूम में लिया है, उसको रियल लाइफ में कैसे यूज होता है। कौन से एक्ट तो वही है ना, लेकिन उसका एप्लीकेशन चेंज होता है, उसका परसेप्शन चेंज होता है, उसका प्रेजेंटेशन चेंज होता है। यू नो दैट देयर आर मेनी लॉयर्स इन दिस कंट्री, उनका प्रेजेंटेशन से वो केस जीतते हैं। हाउ टू प्रेजेंट, लॉ तो वही है ना। नई बात क्या है, जो आपको पता है, मुझे पता है, जो उस केस में लिखा हुआ है, केस लॉ आपने जो डाले हुए, लेकिन कौन से लॉ को कैसे प्रेजेंट करना, उसका स्किल है ना। और उसी स्किल के आपको मालूम है दिल्ली में सुप्रीम कोर्ट में जो लॉयर्स है, हाउ मच दे चार्ज पर आर्ग्यूमेंट, 1 आर्गुमेंट पर डे की कितना चार्ज होता है, आपको सबको पता है। तो वो क्या है, दैट इज हाउ यू आर गोइंग टू अप्लाई द नॉलेज। वो लॉ तो हमें भी पता है, आपको भी पता है, लेकिन व्हाई यू आर नॉट बीइंग पेड, बिकॉज़ यू नो दैट हाउ एंड व्हेन टू प्रेजेंट, so that is the skill. तो कैन दिस स्किल बी कम विद द योर इंफॉर्मेशन नॉलेज। नॉलेज सबके पास है, क्योंकि आप सब फर्स्ट क्लास से पास होने वाले हैं, लेकिन उसको कहाँ पे कौन सा केस प्रेजेंट करना, कितना पुश करना, these all things is very important. Again, there is one more element which I think I wish that every law student should learn is a psychology. क्योंकि it's a strategy, frankly speaking. कि जज है, उसकी बैकग्राउंड क्या है, उसने पिछले 10 वर्डिक्ट कौन से दिए हैं, उसका बिहेवियर स्टाइल क्या है, उसका पेशेंस लेवल क्या है, ये बिना देखे अगर आप कोर्ट में जाते हैं, प्रेजेंटेशन करते हैं, तो ये विल नॉट बी सक्सेसफुल। लॉ का नॉलेज आपका कितना भी अच्छा हो, इफ यू डोंट नो कि जो चेयर पे बैठे हैं या अपोनेंट साइड पे जो लॉयर है उसकी कॉम्पिटेंसी लेवल क्या है, तो ये सब बहुत सारी चीजें जो यहाँ पे मैं स्टेज से नहीं बोल सकता, लेकिन देयर आर मेनी अदर थिंग व्हिच वी नीड टू लर्न एज स्टूडेंट्स ऑफ लॉ, बिकॉज आप लॉ प्रेजेंट करेंगे दैट इज वन पार्ट ऑफ इट, लेकिन बाकी जो सराउंडिंग है, इकोसिस्टम है, लीगल सिस्टम है, उसको आप कैसे हैंडल करेंगे, दैट इज मैटर्स मोर। तो यू नीड टू हैंडल ह्यूमन साइकोलॉजी, ये सब चीजें आपको आनी चाहिए। ड्राफ्टिंग स्किल्स बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है आजकल, लीगल में ड्राफ्टिंग इज हेवीली चार्ज। ऐसे मैंने बहुत लॉयर्स पहचान के जो कभी कोर्ट में नहीं गए, but they are charging much more than what we are presenting in ourselves in court. So it's not only legal, it's आप कोर्ट में जाएंगे, डिस्ट्रिक्ट कोर्ट में जाएंगे या हाई कोर्ट में जाएंगे या सुप्रीम कोर्ट में, there are many other avenues are also available when you handle the legal system. So there are this kind of things can be made available to student in one program. I think in future what I foresee there will be only two things, major and minor. कोर्स का नाम क्या, आजकल इतना कंफ्यूजन हो गया है, इतने कोर्सेज के नाम आ गए एंड नाम के हिसाब से उसका सेल होता है। जो डिग्री बीकॉम में है वही कोर्स को बीबीए बना दिया तो 10,000 के आपको 50,000 मिलते हैं। जो बी मिलती थी वही कोर्स का नाम चेंज किया, कंटेंट सेम रखे, उसको बीटेक बना दिया उसका, तो पैकेजिंग चेंज होने से फीस ज्यादा आती है। ये भी अभी नया होने वाला है which we are also thinking and everybody is thinking, because 40% will be kept flexible for the students to get the credit from. So the credit base will be based on number of credits rather than, तो per credit fee होगी कि जैसे जिसको प्रैक्टिकल अटैच है उसकी पर क्रेडिट फी कितनी होगी, जिसको थ्योरी अटैच है उसकी क्रेडिट पर क्रेडिट फी कितनी, जिसको लैब अटैच है उसकी पर क्रेडिट की फी कैसी होगी, क्रेडिट बेस फी होगी। अगर 60% मैं यहाँ से ले रहा हूँ तो आई पे ओनली 60%, क्योंकि आज क्या होता है 40% यूजीसी ने अलाउ किया, स्टूडेंट जाते कि नहीं, क्योंकि 100% क्रेडिट की फी तो मैं ये कॉलेज में मेरे भरी हुई है, फिर अगर मैं मुक्स कोर्स करता हूँ तो उसकी फी कहाँ से रिकवर होगी, तो दैट इज एडिशनल बर्डन ऑन स्टूडेंट जो अफोर्डेबिलिटी में आता है। या अगर मेरे को लंदन बिजनेस स्कूल के 2 क्रेडिट लाने अलाउड है लेकिन उसके तो 20,000 भरने वो यहाँ से भी कम, यहाँ भी भरे मैंने वही क्रेडिट के पैसे और वहाँ भी भर रहे हैं, so I think that repetition will get allowed. So we have lot of beautiful things embedded in this system which is going to help every student to create his own career, create his own personality, जो आपके likes है, dislikes है, जो आपका career choice है at the end of the day, and across faculty you can do it whatever you want. आज क्या होता है यूनिवर्सिटी में हम डिसाइड करते हैं बैठ के कि आपका सिलेबस क्या होना चाहिए, यूनिवर्सिटी में हम बैठ के डिसाइड करें कौन से दिन में आपको एग्जाम देना चाहिए, यूनिवर्सिटी बैठ के हम डिसाइड करते हैं कि आपने कितने बजे एग्जाम देना चाहिए। जरूरी नहीं है स्टूडेंट बोलता है मुझे 6 बजे एग्जाम देना है। द फ्यूचर ऑफ हायर एजुकेशन इज एग्जाम ऑन डिमांड। यू विल गिवन अ टर्मिनल, अभी तो ऑनलाइन असेसमेंट का रूल ही आ गया है, यू विल गिवन टर्मिनल, आप सुबह 6 बजे रो, रात को 10 बजे रो, व्हेनेवर योर माइंड इज रेडी प्रिपेयर्ड फॉर गिविंग एग्जाम। अभी क्या होता है एक साल में एक सेमेस्टर में वही 2 घंटे उसमें आप जो परफॉर्म करें दैट इज फाइनल, बाकी आप पूरे 3 महीने क्या करते हैं उसका कोई वैल्यू नहीं है। तो दैट्स व्हाई देयर इज अ कंपोनेंट व्हिच कॉल्ड एज सीसीयू, कंकरेंट एंड कंटीन्यूअस इवैल्यूएशन, वेयर बाय मल्टीपल वेज यू हैव बीन इवैल्यूएटेड। मैं बिजनेस मैनेजमेंट फैकल्टी से बिलोंग करता हूँ, हमने लगता है मैनेजर कैन बी ओनली इवैल्यूएटेड, और किसी को आप अपने पेपर पेंसिल और मेमोरी बेस से मैनेजर बना सकते हैं, ही नीड टू हैव लीडरशिप, तो उसको कैसे टेस्ट करोगे आप, असेसमेंट एंड इवैल्यूएशन कैसे करोगे, टीम बिल्डिंग वो तो है नहीं। सो 16 टूल्स हमने दिए हैं हमारे सिलेबस में कि इसमें से कौन से भी 4 टूल्स विद द चॉइस ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स एंड टीचर कैन बी यूज्ड फॉर इवैल्यूएशन, देयर इज नो नीड ऑफ एनी पेपर पेंसिल एग्जामिनेशन, क्योंकि आज मेमोरी आपके मोबाइल में ज्यादा है, आपके दिमाग में होने की जरूरत नहीं है। अभी वो कोई नया सिस्टम आया ना, क्या बोलते हैं
चैट जीपीटी,
हाँ वो तो बहुत दुनिया बदलने वाला है। यू नीड नॉट नीड, आप किसी भी क्वेश्चन का आंसर शॉर्ट चाहिए, 1 लाइन में चाहिए, 2 लाइन में चाहिए, 10 लाइन में चाहिए, पैराग्राफ चाहिए, इसे फॉर्मेट में चाहिए, 2 सेकंड में मिल सकता है। यू डोंट नीड टू अप्लाई योर ब्रेन, लेकिन ये सब लेके करोगे क्या, दैट इज द चैलेंज। तो वी डोंट नीड अ पर्सन, वी डोंट नीड अ ह्यूमन बीइंग who can stand behind the machine and operate the machine, but we need person to think ahead of machine. That is more important for all of us. So lot of tools are available with all of us. I think we must decide where we want to lead our career into, and accordingly we can get lot of opportunity, learn from the best people in the world. That is more important. You can, अभी आप जो भी एक्स्ट्रा करते हैं वो अलग से करते हो, आपके मार्कशीट में नहीं आता, वो आपको अलग अलग सर्टिफिकेट लगाना पड़ता है। आगे जाके एक ही मार्कशीट में आपको सब चीज आएगी जो आपका चॉइस है। 60% कोर क्रेडिट्स आ जाएगा, 40% विथ योर चॉइस आ जाएगा। डिग्री के नाम से कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा। एट द एंड ऑफ द डे कितने मार्क्स है, ये मार्क और नंबर से रेस से आपको बाहर निकालना है, क्योंकि उससे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता। लास्ट एग्जांपल आई गिव बिफोर आई स्टॉप, I want to join as a cricketer to a good team. So I went to Mumbai Cricket Association, BCA, no? Bombay Cricket Association. And there was no play during the pandemic, so there was an app which I have downloaded on my mobile, where my score was there. मैंने इतने सिक्सर्स मारे, मैंने इतना बॉलिंग किया, वो सब उस ऐप पे था. Will they take me as a part of cricket team with the best score I have on my mobile? क्यों? आपके कॉलेज के टीम में आप लोगों ने मेरा ऑनलाइन मोबाइल का स्कोर देखें, लेकिन हमारे स्टूडेंट चाहते हैं MCQ का स्कोर लेके उनको नौकरी मिले. I'll give you one more example. In my faculty, there was one subject in the commerce BCom course specifically. There were 2 gold medalists for the toppers of that subject and 1400 rupees cash prize. 1400 cash prize and 2 gold medals were supposed to be given. The exam department sent me a note that during pandemic in MCQ examination, we have to give this, या भी कॉन्फिडेंट पर्सन है उसमें देना है, बट वहाँ पे 1700 स्टूडेंट को 100 out of 100 मिले. Now they want me to distribute 1400 rupees and 2 gold medals in 1700 students. That is the beauty of MCQ examination. So I think you should not rely on any temporary success. First of all, really what is the deliverable knowledge is important at the end of the day. The name of the degree is not at all important. Again, I recall one more example. One of the vice president I know who worked today in Navarati, he joined 12 years back. Navarati's company is a pharmaceutical company. At the time of his joining, there was some issue going on in the Karnataka University, so the result was delayed by 6 months. So he could get his mark sheet 6 months after he had joined that Novartis company. After joining now, he is today the vice president. He is worried and he told me that, sir, company ने मुझे mark sheet पूछा ही नहीं है आज तक. So 2-3 बार मैं ही घबरा के HR मैनेजर के पास गया कि आपको mark sheet मैंने कहाँ जमा करना है. So we don't need your mark sheet now. Because once you started performing, we don't need your mark sheet. उसको लगा कभी मेरा रिजल्ट नहीं मैंने जमा करवाया तो कभी नौकरी से निकाल भी दे सकते. So they are not bothered about your pass or fail. They are not bothered about what is your major minor. They are not bothered about how much percentage and grade you have got. Everything is only at the time of entry. After entry, that result, your degree, your gold medal has zero value. What you perform at the end of the day is more important. And that's why we all have to create the next generation with more skill and knowledge as a combination. Thank you very much.